Getting permanent residency in Japan used to be considered one of the hardest immigration goals in Asia. But in 2026, that's no longer entirely true. Japan is facing a major demographic challenge. Its population is aging, birth rates remain low, and labour shortages are affecting industries across the country. As a result, the government has gradually opened more pathways for highly skilled foreign professionals and long-term residents. At the same time, however, Japan is also tightening the rules for who qualifies and who gets rejected. So if you're thinking about obtaining a Japan permanent resident visa, also known as Eijuken, here's what you need to know. Let's start with why permanent residency matters. Most foreigners in Japan live on temporary visas that must be renewed every 1, 3, or 5 years. Those visas are often tied to a specific job category, employer, or family relationship. Permanent residency changes everything. Once approved, you can work in any legal profession, change employers freely, start a business, buy property more easily, and access bank loans and mortgages that are often difficult for temporary visa holders to obtain. Perhaps most importantly, your status remains secure even if you lose your job, change careers, get divorced, or experience other life changes. That's why permanent residency has become one of the most sought-after immigration statuses in Japan. Now, let's talk about the standard pathway. For most applicants, Japan requires 10 years of continuous residence before you can apply. But there is a catch. At least 5 of those years must be spent on a work-authorised visa or certain family-based visas. This creates what many immigration lawyers call the student visa trap. For example, if you spend 4 years studying in Japan and then work for 4 years, you may still be ineligible because your student years do not count toward the 5-year work requirement. Physical presence also matters. If you leave Japan for long periods, your residency clock can effectively reset. A single absence of 90 days or more can create serious problems, and spending too much time outside Japan each year can delay eligibility. Fortunately, not everyone has to wait 10 years. Japan offers several accelerated pathways. The most popular is the highly skilled professional system. This points-based program evaluates applicants based on education, work experience, salary, age, and Japanese language ability. If you qualify for 70 points, you can apply for permanent residency after just 3 years. If you reach 80 points, you may qualify after only 1 year. Yes, 1 year. Many professionals don't realise they can qualify this quickly. Even more surprising, you do not necessarily need to hold an official highly skilled professional visa. In many cases, someone on a standard work visa can still qualify if they can prove they met the required point threshold during the previous 1 or 3 years. Japan also introduced the J-Skip program for elite professionals. This pathway targets high earners, researchers, engineers, and executives. Some applicants earning 20 million yen or more annually can qualify for permanent residency after just 1 year. Now let's talk about money. Japan does not publish official income requirements, but immigration officers follow practical benchmarks. A single applicant is generally expected to earn at least 3 million yen annually. Applicants with spouses and children need higher income levels to demonstrate financial stability. Officials review multiple years of tax records, employment history, pension contributions, and health insurance payments. This is where many applications fail. One of the biggest reasons for rejection is late payments, not unpaid taxes. Late payments, even a single late pension payment or health insurance payment can result in rejection. Japan's immigration authorities carefully review payment histories, and a small administrative mistake can create major problems. Another common issue occurs during job changes. When people switch employers, they sometimes miss a pension or health insurance payment during the transition period. That gap can later appear as a compliance violation. Traffic violations can also become a problem. Accumulating multiple driving infractions over several years may lead immigration officers to question whether an applicant satisfies Japan's good conduct requirement. Now, let's talk about guarantors. Every permanent residency application requires a guarantor who is either a Japanese citizen or a foreign permanent resident. Fortunately, many people misunderstand what this means. Your guarantor is not financially responsible for your debts. They are simply confirming your character and social credibility. The role is primarily moral rather than financial. Now, let's discuss an important change coming in 2027. Historically, many applicants could apply while holding a 3-year visa. That flexibility is ending. Beginning in April 2027, Japan plans to require applicants to hold a 5-year visa before applying for permanent residency, although transitional rules may apply. Another major change involves compliance monitoring. Japan is creating stronger links between immigration records, tax records, pension contributions, and social insurance systems. Permanent residency is increasingly being treated as a privilege that requires ongoing compliance. Under new rules taking effect by 2027, serious and intentional non-payment of taxes, pension contributions, or health insurance could potentially lead to permanent residency revocation. Finally, Let's talk about the biggest misconception. Permanent residency is not citizenship. Permanent residents cannot vote and can still be deported for serious crimes. Only Japanese citizenship provides full constitutional rights. The bottom line is simple. Japan remains one of the most attractive countries in Asia for long-term settlement. Permanent residency provides tremendous security, financial flexibility, and freedom compared to temporary visas. But success requires careful planning, maintain perfect tax compliance, avoid gaps in pension and health insurance payments, track your physical presence carefully, and if you qualify for the highly skilled professional system, you may be able to reduce a 10-year process to just 1 or 3 years. For many foreign professionals, that can be one of the fastest routes to permanent residency in a developed country anywhere in the world.